Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a furniture thrift flip on this cute little cabinet. This video is actually part of a collaboration called the Dixie Belle Challenge. I am working with 6 other amazing female artists and we are all doing furniture makeovers using only Dixie Belle products. I have added links to everybody's videos in the description below. My partner for this challenge is Marty from the Vintage Dog, and we are going to be using the same products on both of our pieces. So we're going to be using Clear Boss, we're going to be using paint in the colors French Linen, as well as Sawmill Gravy, and then we're going to be using some No Pain Gel Stain. I'm using the color Espresso. We're also going to be using Gilding Wax. I'll be using Bronze, and to top everything off, we're going to be using Satin Clear Coat. I'm also going to use a little bit of Dixie Belle Crackle on this piece to give it a little bit of extra character. So this is the before shot of this cabinet. As you can see, it's in pretty rough shape and definitely in need of a facelift. My plan for this piece is to paint the outside of the cabinet in the lighter color, making sure to paint the little slats that go in between the drawers, and then I'm going to sand down the drawer fronts and give them a nice coat of stain, as well as doing the same on the top of the piece. These little knobs are perfectly functional, so I don't really want to replace them, but I am going to do something fun to update them. That's actually what we're going to start with. So I'm going to be using the Bronze Gilding Wax to give these knobs a fresh new look. You can see here the Gilding Wax is a beautiful bronze color. I just need to stir it up a little bit before I get started because this is a brand new container. So I'm just doing that with a popsicle stick real quick. Once it's all mixed up, I'm going to use a piece of a t-shirt. I cut up a bunch of old t-shirts to use as rags for applying a lot of my products because they're nice lint-free cloths. And I'm just rubbing that Gilding Wax right into the wood surface of the knobs. You can see the difference it makes already. I'm trying to go for a hammered metal look on these, and I think this Gilding Wax is achieving that look very nicely. Once I finish the tops and I let them dry for a little bit, I'm just using a little bit more Gilding Wax to get the underside and the edges of all of the knobs. I'm just going to keep working in the Gilding Wax, and once the entire knob is covered, I'm just going to set them down and let them dry. I will use the rag to kind of wipe off some of the excess wax before I do let them dry. The next step is to add a coat of the Clear Boss. I'm using clear because I want the color of the wood to show through where my crackles are going to be in the paint later, and you will see the effect this creates in just a minute. I do need a coat of Boss, however, because I have a feeling this piece will bleed through the Sawmill Gravy color that I'm deciding to paint it. So just one thick coat will do the trick for this. Once the Boss is fully dry, I'll go in with my crackle. This product you can't really shake up, so you have to stir it really well before using it. I apply the crackle with a regular paintbrush and just put it on pretty thick in some places. The thicker the crackle goes on, the bigger the cracks will be in the paint later. I did not cover this whole piece because I wanted the cracks to just pop through in a few places. While I wait for the crackle to dry, I'm going to go through and buff out my knobs. You can see the right one here is already buffed out, so it's a little shinier. I just take a piece of paper towel and rub into the knob very vigorously for a short amount of time, and it shines up beautifully. I absolutely love the way these knobs turned out, and they're going to add so much character to this piece. Now that my crackle is dry, it's time to add some paint. So I'm using Sawmill Gravy on the body of this cabinet, and I'm just applying it in one nice thick coat. All of my strokes are going in the same direction. You cannot brush back the paint on top of the crackle or it ruins the crackling effect. I got out my palm sander to sand down the top of this cabinet as well as the drawer fronts. I had Mike help me just a little bit to make sure that sanding was nice and smooth. For the next step, I got to use one of my favorite products from Dixie Belle, the No Paint Gel Stain. I chose the color Espresso because I wanted a nice dark, warm brown for this piece to contrast nicely with the paint color. To apply the No Paint Gel Stain, I use a piece of a cut-up t-shirt and just rub a little bit of stain right into the wood surface. After you let it sit for a while, you can wipe back all of the excess stain and it'll leave behind a beautiful, rich color. I made sure to stain all of my drawer fronts at the same time as well. I wanted to try something new on this piece, so I freehanded some numbers on the front of each drawer. I really like the way these numbers turned out. To seal in all of my paint, I'm going to be adding 1 coat of clear coat in satin. I chose the satin finish because I didn't want anything super glossy, but I wanted to take away the chalky feel of the paint for this specific piece. At this point, I decided that the numbers were too bright on the drawer fronts and they stuck out too much. So I decided to sand them back just a little bit and apply a coat of stain on top of the paint to kind of blend them into the drawer fronts a little more. And then the piece was finished. I'm so happy with how this cabinet turned out. It is quite the transformation from how it started. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope this little transformation inspires you to create something beautiful of your own. Make sure you check out all of the other talented women who are part of this collaboration.